Concerns over a statewide Amber Alert after the wrong suspect's picture is sent with it. Good evening and thanks for joining us. A 15-year-old girl was found safe shortly after the Amber Alert was issued for a child abduction in west central North Dakota.
As we posted it online to notify you to keep a lookout, we learned the suspected man believed to be involved couldn't have been involved. He died almost a year ago.
Valley News Team's Krista Boehm joins us after learning what happened. Krista?
Mike, Andrea, I spoke with the North Dakota Highway Patrol, which first receives the information and puts out the Amber Alerts. I was told paperwork is filed by the agency who needs to send out the alert. In this case, it was the 3 affiliated tribes police, which covers the town of Parshall, North Dakota. It's reviewed by the Highway Patrol to make sure specific criteria is met. In this case, they say it was. The alert went out with a picture of Amy Marie Meserly and a photo of this man, Larry Marlin Fox. 3 affiliated tribes police say Fox may have abducted her. With a quick search, we learned he actually died nearly a year ago. The Highway Patrol says the 3 affiliated tribes police called about the incorrect suspect just as the 15-year-old girl was found, and the alert was canceled, adding that there are 2 Larry Foxes with the same middle initial of M, just different birth dates. A spokesman told me that they can see how a misunderstanding like this could happen.
Unfortunate thing, and I feel bad for the family of the deceased, but unfortunately that was the information we were provided. You know, we have no way of cross-checking that when time is of the essence.
I tried contacting the tribal police regarding the mistake. They wouldn't say anything about what happened. Bottom line, the girl was found safe. She was actually with her father at Four Bears Casino in Newtown. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Krista. Everything happened rather quickly. Once the Amber Alert was issued, the girl was found and the alert was canceled in less than an hour.
2 local high schoolers are recovering after they caught fire during a bonfire accident involving gas. 16-year-old Alan Holland, a sophomore at Foston High School, and his friend, 18-year-old senior Savannah Munter, were flown to Hennepin County Medical Burn Unit in Minneapolis, where both are expected to need surgery.
These kids have had many bonfires, and you know, it was just a tragic accident that happened. It could be anybody. It could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody.
Both of the teenagers will have extensive medical bills. If you'd like to help them out by donating, we have their GoFundMe pages on our website, valleynewslive.com. Go there and click on this story.
A former daycare provider charged in the drowning death of a 5-year-old girl from Velva, North Dakota, last July has struck a plea deal with the state. 45-year-old Heather Tudor pleaded guilty today to charges of child neglect and operating a daycare facility without a license. And in return, the state agreed to drop the negligent homicide charge. Last June, the girl was found unresponsive near a pool in Velva. She died the following month at a hospital here in Fargo from her injuries. Tudor will serve 3 years of unsupervised probation. She must also pay $5,000 in restitution to the family and serve 300 hours of community service. 5 members of the State Department of Human Services, as well as a McHenry County social worker, also face charges in the girl's death.
A Minnesota boy is in police custody after an hour-and-a-half-long chase in a cement truck. The cement truck saga that took place in southeast Minnesota yesterday afternoon had to be seen to be believed. The chase involved 3 law enforcement agencies, a helicopter, and a stolen cement truck. And at the wheel was the boy, who witnesses say was 11 years old. He hit a squad car after he fled the scene of a traffic stop. Police used stop sticks to stop the vehicle, and after more than an hour of pursuit, the boy was arrested when he tried to escape on foot. The boy is currently being held at a juvenile detention center in Rochester and will formally be charged tomorrow.
Country music fans in the Valley are itching to get their hands on Garth Brooks tickets, but if you're going to some ticket seller sites, you could be paying more than $75. The Fargo Dome says is the cost for all the tickets.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker talks to a woman who says she started out with the authorized ticket seller, but then was sent to a secondary ticket market seller, ended up paying more than $400 for her 2 tickets, and now wants to warn others so you don't fall victim too.
Garth Brooks bringing his world tour to the Fargo Dome is almost 2 decades in the making. Demand for the show was so high, the authorized ticket site crashed the day tickets first went on sale, with plans to begin reselling tickets later this week. But last Friday, while fans were attempting to purchase tickets, at least one person got scammed.
Someone answered that phone and said that they would have to redirect me to a different ticket office.
After calling the different ticket office, Cynthia Gendrew said she ran into this.
I asked if this is the number to call to get Garth book tickets, and he said, yes, it is. And I understand the tickets are approximately $75. He said there are no tickets left at $75.
Gendrew ended up spending $400.62 on 2 tickets that she's not sure will even work for the event. The tickets were purchased through Minnetonka Tickets, a secondary market broker. They gave me this statement saying their prices are based on secondary market supply and demand, similar to StubHub, and that they don't have a relationship with the Fargo Dome or Garth Brooks. In an interview from last week, Fargo Dome General Manager Rob Sobolik warned people to be wary of unauthorized ticket sellers.
We have our website, fargodome.com, and through that website, you get to the authorized ticket purchasing group. Call the Fargo Dome ticket office. Call the Fargo Dome administration offices, normal business hours. That's the authorized way to go.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
We did reach out to the Fargo Dome for a comment about Gendrew's claims, and we asked if they had plans to make sure that this week's Garth Brooks ticket sales would go off without a hitch. They said they're looking into it.
President Obama made a historic visit to Cuba today, and he brought along some Washington reinforcements to help tackle a few important policies. North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp was one of a select group of lawmakers invited to join Mr. Obama on the trip. She says she was chosen because of her agricultural work on Capitol Hill, something she hopes to expand in Cuba, a country with high demand for North Dakota crops like dry beans, peas, and lentils.
Had a big stub toe in Latin America, and that's Cuba. And I think it has affected our ability to trade up and down the Western Hemisphere.
This isn't the senator's first time working with the country. In September, she met with Cuban President Raul Castro and pressed him to purchase more American agriculture products.
The Cass County Sheriff's Office conducted its first sobriety test of the year on Friday. You may find the results to be a little bit surprising. Out of the 163 drivers that went through the checkpoint, 3 were arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol, 2 were arrested for being under the influence of drugs, and 7 more were arrested for possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and possession of a narcotic, alprazolam. This is the first time that the Sheriff's Office has received results like this. They believe that it's due to the growing population. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic has our story.
People driving under the influence continues to be a problem in our nation, something Uber driver Daniel Haglund knows all too well.
I'd been driving people around for years, just voluntarily, and it was a necessary thing, I think, in Fargo because we have a situation where there's times where there aren't enough cabs.
Just this weekend, Cass County Sheriff's Office conducted a sobriety test and were surprised by the results.
I was kind of shocked at the results. You know, I kind of figured maybe we would have 1 or 2, but to arrest 10 people, that's quite a bit out of 163 vehicles going through.
But it wasn't just drunk drivers that were caught. Several people were arrested for drug and marijuana possession. The last time they ran this test, only 3 people were arrested for alcohol violations. Authorities believe there is a reason for this.
I think whenever you have growth, there tends to be that kind of growth also with drug use and more alcohol use.
Authorities continue to urge people to have a designated driver, and they, along with people like Haglund, have this message.
I think for people that are planning to go out, whether it's the weekend or during the week, I think they should have a game plan before they head out. They should have someone available to get them there or to get them home.
Everybody wants to go out and have a good time. However, find a sober ride home.
Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
Cass County Sheriff's Office plans to conduct up to 4 sobriety checks a year.